If you thought GPUs and CPUs and big ass monitors were the most important thing to gamers at CES, you're wrong.
What?
It's this.
What is that?
Corsair's new Capellix LED. Right?
It's so tiny.
You don't understand? This is 132 LEDs.
What? Hold on.
Now,
hold on.
all right, check
Let's
it out.
compare that
We're
to
going
the,
to compare
to the old school.
Now, this is old school LED. Your typical light strip. You can see the difference. Of course, you're probably like, that's pretty boring, Gordon.
Yeah, why is that important, dude?
We're going to show it to you in reality, and it's this. This is your standard LED.
Okay.
SMD package on top. You know, great. Okay, we get it. Not that many, not that dense. They have a diffuser. But again, 132 of Capellix LEDs in this little tiny package.
What, so it just makes it smaller?
It makes it incredibly dense.
Okay.
It also is incredibly bright or incredibly efficient.
Oh.
They say, I believe, it's 40% brighter and 60% more efficient.
Oh.
So you can either make LEDs super bright, or you can really take the power savings and make a full wireless per key lit keyboard that gives you really long battery life, which has been a
nice.
problem with this technology. But what I think, why this is most important, is because it just gives you so much more granularity. It's going to be programmable, and you can just see you can pack a lot more LEDs into a lot less space, so it's going to be not as coarse.
Wait, let's see it on here again. Let's see
it on there again.
You're telling me this is every one of these is an LED.
Every single one of these is an RGB LED.
Every one of those.
Every one of those little tiny dots is an LED. That's 132 Capellix LEDs in that package.
Yikes.
Think about 500 of them or 1,000 of them. And here's an example of what Corsair has done. This is their new Dominator Platinum RGB. DIMMs coming out. It's going to have Capellix in there. It looks super bright, and it is super bright. What's crazy, there's only 12 LEDs in there. I really thought there were a ton. Like a typical Dominator might have 10 LEDs. This has 12 of those Capellix in there. So a little few more LEDs, but incredibly bright. And I asked, well, why not put 50 in there or more? And they said, you know what? There's only so much power you can get out of a DIMM slot. And we decided to make these RGB modules with the bright LEDs, with RGB, and still get very high clocks. I think Corsair said they can get an RGB module up to 4,800 megahertz, very high for an RGB lit DIMM. And of course, you're going to see this first in the DIMMs, then you're going to see it maybe in keyboards, you might see it in fans, you might see it everywhere. And
I mean, it's so small, you can literally put it anywhere.
Right, and of course, you can put it anywhere, and you can see new applications coming up that we probably didn't envision where you would have put LEDs before, or as many. And you're going to go, well, why is this more important than RTX 2060 or a new Intel CPU or
this isn't ray
a
tracing.
Ryzen 3 or a Radeon Navi? It's because gamers, we know the thing that matters to you the most is RGB lights. So that's what's the most important thing.
Huh. We'll see what the YouTube comments have to say.
All right, tell me, if you had a choice, RTX 2080 Ti or more RGBs, I know the truth is most people would say more LEDs.
We'll see.